Hey guys, this is Jay. I got my truck up on the jack stands again because I need to do an oil change, and would you just look at the weather we have been blessed for me to do it with. Sunshine, blue skies, shorts, and a t-shirt. So I'm reverting back to my Valvoline instant oil change days because I've already taken the oil cap out and used it to obstruct the hood latch, and I've got the dipstick on the front cowl. And since this thing is hot, I've only been home for like 20 minutes. I'm even gonna put my burn sleeves on. So give me a second to do that, and we'll roll under the truck and get going. Got the famous five-legged creeper again. Already got my ratchet under here, thanks to this nifty AmsOil magnetic bolt holder. Let's make sure I got this going the right way. Yep. This will be fun to hold the camera and try to keep this oil from going everywhere. Looks like I'm already getting it on the ground. Got 12 quarts of oil in this thing, and it wants to come out. Not too bad. You can still see my gloves through it. Can't say that about most diesels. And also, back to my VIOC days, I have a pocket full of rags. Yes, these shorts are very dirty. Don't worry that I just put an oily glove in my pocket. Alright, looks like that's going where I want it to. Now, I'm gonna get onto these fellows right here. Fortunately, I have a second pan behind me. Let's get this under here. Let's see how much oil comes out of these behemoths. I may not be able to do it with one hand. Man, that took some doing, but I was finally able to get them loose. My oil filter socket for this one was slipping on it. I don't know how these got put on that tight. I didn't use a band wrench or anything to tighten them. Yep, there we go, getting on the ground again. There's gonna be a whole heck of a lot of oil in these. This kit adds about 2 quarts to the capacity of the system. So this is gonna be an extended drain. I'll probably cut out again while these are draining. Alright, so I took care of a few things off of camera. I went ahead and pre-filled the oil filters. It's very important that you guys do that, especially on a diesel truck with oil filters as big as these. Drain plug is tight and we're ready to put oil in. One of the things I like to do is clean and lubricate the O-rings on the oil cap and also the dipstick. It, you know, call me OCD, a lot of other people do, but it's just nice to have these not get stuck and not be putting gunk inside your engine every time you take them off and put them back on. So here is the oil that we're going to be putting in. It's this AmsOil Signature Series 15W-40 Max Duty Protection. This stuff is incredible, and my engine, you can't even tell it's running when it's idling. It's so smooth. There's like no vibration, and I'm hoping that this stuff right here from Hot Shot Secret is going to make that even better. So this goes in at 1.5 quarts per ounce of oil. So with a 12 quart sump, this is 18 ounces that I need to put in. I have already pre-mixed that into this one because this is the one that I use to pre-lube the oil filters. So let me set the camera down and I'll dump this stuff in. Another trick up here is to leave the dipstick out. That will ensure that you get the smoothest possible flow into the engine and it's not burping out the funnel here. I want to get everything out of this one since this has that FR3 additive in it. The other ones I can leave a little bit of residual. not be too concerned. Alright, that's good enough. This one's a full gallon, so I gotta be a little more careful. Love seeing this clean oil go in the engine. Hopefully with the bypass filters on this thing, it's going to stay like that. For this last one, since that FR3 does replace oil, I'm only going to put 3 quarts of this in and then top it up after I start the vehicle and verify the oil level. Right. Get one of the mini rags out of my pocket. Keep this oil from going everywhere. Give you a good view of the gauges. See that oil pressure come up. Getting there. There it is. That's what I like to see. Let's poke under it and make sure we're not leaking. Minus the oil slick that I made when I was doing it, there's no new oil on the ground. Man, this thing runs smooth. Alright, I'm going to get it back on the ground and then I'll show you the oil level. Alright, got the truck back on the ground. Let's pull this dipstick out and see how clean this oil is. I've done oil changes on diesel trucks so many times where you pour clean oil in and as soon as you fire it up, it's jet black paint all over again. But this truck, no siree. Look at that. You can hardly see it on the dipstick. And it looks like 3 quarts was just what the doctor ordered. That's right up at the full mark. So that's the oil change on this. I'm hoping to put a camera mount on the back window of my truck and finally get you guys some footage of this thing driving around. So if that's not at the end of this video, it'll be in a separate video coming out shortly. Well, it's a few days later and the weather is still just as good, so I figured I'd come outside and show you guys how clean this oil still is. I just got back from work today, so I put about 2 or 3 hours of driving time on it, and I can definitely tell a difference. The clean oil plus that FR3 from Hot Shot Secret definitely makes this thing run smoother and feel more responsive. So here, man, you can't even see it on the camera. Man, that oil is so clean still, and it is on the dipstick. I'm trying to get it as best as I can in view, but goodness guys, there is no soot to be found inside the oil. So it's clear that Stiction Eliminator plus that bypass filter from AmsOil has cleaned this truck out. I was gonna show you guys just how much oil was in these filters, but it was really underwhelming, and it turned out that this big old bypass filter right here is still super heavy. I mean, it weighs like 3 or 4 pounds, and I mean, I could be wrong, but it really didn't seem like there's any oil still in it. So I definitely think that this thing is full of gunk, and if the Stiction Eliminator works anywhere as well as the Diesel Extreme did when I put it through my fuel system, that filter is full, because I had to change the fuel filter after running the Diesel Extreme through the fuel system because it pulled so much gunk out. I mean, guys, the AmsOil fluids and the Hot Shot Secret additives, there's just nothing better. I mean, this truck runs so well, it shifts so well, stays cool. I mean, it's great, and all because of what's running through its veins. So wanted to mention my decals again too. Feel free to reach out to me via email if you're interested in these. I've got a company just a few minutes away from my house who can turn these out quick, and it'll be cool to get them on the backs of more vehicles than just mine. I think my neighbor wants one, so hopefully we'll get a few vehicles around town with these on there. But anyways, that's what I got for this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and always, thanks for watching, and remember, if it's smoking, it's broken.